for restoration. The restoration requires money for the distribution. Stand out that Melissa hit, and when Melissa hit, there's a need for restoration. The restoration requires money. The emergency disaster fund, which is what we call the self-insurance for the distribution and transmission line of the GPS, which is not insured because it's uninsurable, is what we have used for Beryl and for Melissa and for all the other events that we have had in recent years. So, as of right now, that fund, based on the claims that have been made already, to prepare for Melissa, has been exhausted. So it means that the JPS has 2 years on a license and they have to raise money to restore. Several iterations, several proposals. One, JPS wants a 15-year extension. And they get 15-year extension, they will do what they need to do to find the money. Other one is that multilaterals are prepared to give them money, but they want at least 8 to 10 years extension. Where does that put us? That put us in 2 situations. One, a commitment that was made by this minister and this government in June of this year that any new license would be on new terms. A commitment that was made, a commitment that will stand, and no Melissa, no Trelissa, no Belinda is going to change that. So the government is now in a position now, what do we do? Because we need restoration. JPS is saying that the earliest restoration time that they can give us for the worst affected areas is April to May 2026. Can you imagine you tell a minister that? And on top of which, they want an extended license. That is going to mean that we are in the same situation. Well, Madam Speaker, my colleagues here, many hours, many discussions. Cabinet, not once. Cabinet, not twice. Cabinet 3 times, including yesterday morning. And the decision, thanks to the help and the input of the Ministry of Finance, specifically Minister Williams, and the Financial Secretary, and of course, the new Minister of Efficiency, we were able to work out yesterday and get approved by Cabinet an agreement to fast-track the restoration to end of January, latest early February. Don't clap yet. Don't clap yet. On the basis that the government of Jamaica is not prepared to negotiate any extension of any license other than the process that is going to take us from now until 2027 when this existing license expires. But based on the fact that we need restoration as a country in the shortest possible time, the government of Jamaica has agreed to loan the JPS 150 million United States dollars on the basis that they will use that money, which is estimated at $75 million a month, to restore the entire grid, save and except for any special area that may not be reachable, but the major areas by the end of January, latest recess early February. What are the terms to make sure that the government and the taxpayers are fully protected? 5 years with an interest rate to be negotiated by the Ministry of Finance, which I'm sure will be a reasonable interest rate. So the higher the interest rate is the more it's going to pass on to the consumer. And we are cognizant of that. However,
blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Thank you for joining us early, those of you who have joined. Thank you for being a subscriber, being a fan, a AC of Portland Spice TV and the Colin Bell Show. A space which we wish to, a space that we plan to expand. Yeah, man, bring on new faces, new voices. And we can tell you, say, coming up soon, Religious Freedom is a program that is going to be coming to this space on Portland Spice TV. So look out for Religious Freedom. I will not be the host. I'm not going to tell you yet, but I am not going to be the host. It's going to be a 1 hour really gospel or faith-based religious, but it's called Religious Freedom, coming your way. So this morning, there's a lot of things. And we were listening to Darrell Vaz, and there are two main things out of this that I want us to look at. We're going to have Philip Paulwell at about 10:30. We have Dr. Dawes at 10 o'clock. And anytime now, we're going to have Ralston Hyman. There are some critical things that we have to look at. And what we are doing, we are educate the masses. Yeah? And what we intend to put out is the truth. Now, we can't say we have never been misled. And when our claim say we have never said anything that the facts never bear it out. But whatever we put out, our intentions are clear. That it should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God. Now, if we say something and you know otherwise, our phone number is 876-804-7072. It's a public space. So we invite you to call us. So those of you who have things against Colin Bell or Portland Spice TV or the Colin Bell Show, it is not our desire that we should sword any cord of divide, but that the best interest of Jamaica land we love and its people, is what we want to put forward. So if we are saying something that you know that and so it go, call us. We're not afraid of correction. We can't say if a war. We can't say that. Because we don't have the power of the state. But what we do is we defend the state. And if things are wrong, we want to know. Prime Minister, the most honorable doctor, or is doctor the most honorable? Andrew Holness.
And it is one thing that you will see about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want to make me one. Me we go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to. And as you will have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness to respond, not go so. Yeah. So make that, and as many means as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win.
So the Prime Minister can't afraid of nobody. So that is not even up for discussion. No, Prime Minister, I agree with you. Where nonsense is talking, it must be debunked. I agree with the Prime Minister. I don't know why I find myself agreeing with the Prime Minister on a number of things from the other day. Me agree, say him should have go South Africa, unlike a lot of my viewers and subscribers. Hello? Me agree, say him should have go South Africa. And me agree, say when foolishness attack, it must be debunked. And that's why me agree that in times like these, Mr. Prime Minister, if you're not afraid of nobody, you must make yourself available to us in the media. I need an interview, sir. I have a few questions I want to ask. I am one of your constituents. I'm a citizen of Jamaica. I live here. I participate in the process. And there are some questions, Mr. Prime Minister, that I would love to ask you. And you see, when you stay away from the fourth estate, it opens up all kind of speculation. And if you want to come on my show, sir, for the 2 hours, I welcome you. There are some critical questions I'd love to ask. I'd also love to ask your ministers, because my space belongs to the country. And when we come here, sir, we criticize the government. We talk about things that the government is doing and what the government not doing. And we also, sir, offer suggestions, what we think should happen, or we see it. I mean, why you tell we say we don't have more moral authority than you are, we don't have the more right. And that's true. You have more right because you are elected. So you have the option to implement, Mr. Prime Minister. So if you're really not afraid of nobody, and no badness here, Chuck, we don't know about the bad, because you are the baddest man in Jamaica. You have the army, you have the police force. Come on, Prime Minister. Leave that alone. Come to this. It is the media, Mr. Prime Minister, that we have questions for you, sir. We have some questions for Mr. Vaz, and we can post some of them here. We have some questions for Honorable Pernell Charles Jr., because you are the people who are running the thing, you know. So we would love to know, to date, how many people you have gone to, how many, what weird assessment is. I'm here not talk about weeks. I say, no, it can't be weeks. We don't need to work like JPS, bring in a whole heap of people and get the work done. That's not happening, Mr. Prime Minister. So you see, we have factual questions to ask. So you can't just come tell me say you're not afraid of nobody. Come give me an hour, give me 2 hours. Let's have a discussion. Somebody who is not a part of the choir asking you a few questions. And if there are areas that you don't want me to touch, just tell me, say, listen, I'm granting you the interview, but this area, we're not discussing it. We want to discuss the economy. We want to discuss the hurricane relief and all of that. If you want to leave out that for next time, I will agree. Because I know, say, you claim, say, you're not afraid of nobody, but you know, like talk about the Integrity Commission. So if you want to give me an interview and say, listen, you see that whole Integrity Commission, leave it out. I will leave it out. I will leave that out for now, because I'm still going to ask you for another interview to discuss that. But right now, I would love to discuss Jamaica, the economy, the recovery, the relief. That is what I want to discuss right now, Mr. Prime Minister. So if you're not afraid of nobody, like you say, we invite you over here for 2 hours. We inviting you, Mr. Prime Minister.
And it is one thing that you will see about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want to make me one. Me we go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you will have seen with the government. Man come out with foolishness, we respond, not no go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many means as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win. So we...
May I agree that there are people out there who are telling lies. And people out there who are peddling nonsense. Some things out there are nonsense. And I'll tell you one of them. See this argument where they say the government not spend none of the relief money yet? A nonsense. The government couldn't spend no relief money yet. They would have to spend it from what they have in the consolidated fund and sort that out after. The money just coming in, I agree with the government on that. And you see, right is right and wrong is wrong, you know. So there are nonsense being peddled out there. And the Prime Minister must shut them down. I agree. But you need to come here. Give me 2 hours. Dean Jackson Miller want 2 hours. Conrad O'Brien want 2. Simon Kraskill want 2. Me know Ralston want 4. Mr. Prime Minister, you need to come to the media. Since you're not afraid. Because we're not putting nothing else but the discussion where I go on. And the discussion you want to war with. And we don't have a problem with that. So, but come forward on the battlefield. Make we ask you some questions, sir. Because we are going to tell you right here that the data will not suit your narrative, Mr. Prime Minister. The data we're talking about. We're not talking about opinions. Because lies, you can't substantiate it. The truth is what you can substantiate because you can point to the data. Carla, good morning.
Morning, Colin.
How you do?
And the listeners. You know, when I saw that video yesterday, I actually thought it was AI. Because I don't know what is wrong with the Prime Minister. I don't know if it's the December 8th thing coming up, really getting pressed and in his feelings. But he is acting the opposite of the word that is coming out of his mouth. He is very bothered by what people are saying about him. And he hates criticism, and that's why he acts this way. He don't like people talk about him. He don't like people talk about his administration. And I don't know why. Because when he's on the opposition, he's the loudest of them all. It is okay for him to criticize everybody, but as soon as the people in turn and start saying, Mr. Prime Minister, I don't like this, I don't like that. Oh, my administration, and you realize that when everybody's addressing this administration, is the Andrew Holness led administration. It is not the JLP.
But it's not the GLP. No, man. Hold on. And that's correct. It is correct. Like it or not, it is correct.
It's not about the GLP, it's about him.
No, but it can't be about... Hold on, Carla. Hold on. No political party has any recognition in the House of Parliament. So if them go into the House of Parliament and say the GLP-led administration, it would not be right.
But Colin, at the end of the day, it is not Andrew's party. It's everybody has a ministry. Everybody is to be held accountable for what they are in charge.
Yeah, but you have to understand what they are saying. Well, you have to understand. What are they saying? What are they saying?
How I get it, and let me tell you what I am saying. Just notice this, and I said this before in the show, right? Every single body that is behind Andrew Holness cannot step up to the plate to become Prime Minister. There's no succession in this party, right? But notice this, everybody hitched their card to him for re-election. Because none of them can be connected enough. So everybody pitch them card to Andrew Holness that they can get re-elected. Take it out of the picture, and a lot of people lose their seat because they did not vote for the MP. They voted for Andrew Holness. And that is why I said they keep on saying that the Andrew Holness led administration
Oh, you know that. Oh, you know that.
They did not have yours if they would have support in the office, Colin. Look what's in the office. Huh? Everybody come out, come talk. They realize that
You're not hearing the. Hold on, hold on. Some people say they're not hearing the caller. Caller low. Hold on. All right, continue, caller.
They realize that everybody has spent money. He is so involved in the finance ministry that the finance minister can't even talk. And everybody are waiting for her to come next week Tuesday and come and hear what she has to say. Because we want to hear her.
Always sound, always stay now. The caller up now. Everybody hearing the. Hold on, caller. Got them say hello. So, yeah. Everybody hearing. All right, go ahead now, caller.
Yeah, and his arrogance is what is going to make him lose his base because he's very arrogant. And it's not a pretty look on him.
Well, let me say this to you. Every team have to have a leader, right? And they say that in Jamaica, the politics is leader-centric. So he's carrying the party. And you can't take that from him. And the people around him are.
Despite that, when any, and not because me a come with me and speak like this, but just notice the difference when there's a PNP government. Everybody stand on their own feet. Everybody in ministry, they have to give account for it. Right? Just notice that even when Mama P was in her prime, everybody had a say. You could see that the team was working. It was a team.
But they are coalescing around the Prime Minister.
But that is not good, though.
Why? Oh, you mean that not good? Well, them are hang out them everything on him. So if him fall, everything fall. Them no mind.
Exactly my point.
No, but them no mind.
Exactly my point. I realize that. I realize that they don't mind.
You have to understand that too.
And that is why Andrew Honest need to realize what is happening as well, because people see the blood in the water and then start to circle already. So him can stay there and feel like him and Chris are friend. Him and Chris are not friend because Chris, remember the undated letter when he gave the sign. So he must wait until the water really start to get, but then start to circulate when December 8 come, because I'm the first one I got to step up to the plate.
Oh, Chris.
Christoph done, wait packed.
I'm going to step up to the plate for what?
Time.
For what?
No, say Prime Minister, people don't qualify. I think my wait one.
I will tell you so. How you get them there something?
Andrew can't run the country.
How will you get them there something from?
Andrew can't run the. How will you say? All right, watch it, Colin. Him and wait. And you see my somebody saying I chat saying the Chris award to try to both time up because he noticed to come. So when Chris step up to the plate and get the prime ministership, when the time he come back, if he finally win back the seat going into the re-election, Chris will step down and give to him.
Wow.
And that's my way upon. There's so many things to come. There's so many things to come.
Well, thank you for the call.
Yeah, man. I'll be back.
Yes, man. Cause this morning I got hot. Thank you. You see, the people, we have to understand some things. The thing leader-centric, and the people are coalescing around their leader. So, you know, I have nothing against them and them Andrew Holness-led administration. Nothing at all. I don't have against how them kind it, how them want to do it. Me not really mind. The truth of the matter is that Andrew is running the country. You have to accept that. If you can't accept that, you have a problem. You have a problem if you don't accept that, because that it is what is. And some people are going like say, I know so it go. You're not going other way. You have to deal with it. So when Andrew Holness talk, the government speaks. And them not go around that, and you have to respect the people. Now, we're looking at this thing here with Daryl Vaz from morning. And I want to get to Raleigh, but I'm getting a bad vibe from the other phone. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Colin.
Welcome.
And good morning to everyone on the chat and on your show.
Yeah.
May our day be a peaceful and blessing one. But my question to you, Colin, is this. I agree with you that we're dealing with real facts, logics, and reasoning.
Yeah, man.
Not emotions.
No,
not
man.
emotions.
Not a time for
And the
emotions.
data, yeah, and the data speaks for itself.
Yes.
Okay, I've been watching everyone you brought up, listen to, and they stick to the data. What is real facts on the
Hold on.
ground that does not match up with the data?
Yeah.
Okay, now we have a leader. I mean, we don't all agree that he's legitimate yet because we still have that waiting to be decided.
Yeah.
But right now, he is the one up there.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to do what he has to do in the interim.
Yes.
Now, I am going to talk about, because remember, we're waiting on him as you sent out the call for him and his team to come and let us know, because that's why the people are reacting in the diaspora worldwide and on the ground, because he's not being candid and forthcoming with what they're asking of him.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us real facts, what's going on.
Yes.
Because what we're seeing, we're broken, we're shattered, our people are traumatized. Things that decisions you're making doesn't add up. For one example is the container house comparing. You make sure you gave us more than one comparisons. And the comparisons with figures. This is what a leader should be doing. You are showing more leadership qualities and skills than he is. That's why most people come to your line, because you are what? Impartial. Everybody, whether them are troll, whatever color them have at say, you allow everybody to have their say. This is what a leader does, because remember, it's not just one set of people vote you in. You are elected by the Jamaican people. So when you're asking him to come, no bother with the melee and the passa, because that can be coming.
Yes.
Okay? We're asking him to show real leadership, real raw leadership in steering our country and our people out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But as I told you, and I said it again, do not discount, as I really watch you every morning say the prayer for all of us when we come on, that our intentions are clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So this is what I'm saying. When you are rejected, if you don't repent in sackcloth and ashes before the Almighty, there is a problem. Because no matter what you do, you will not see the light of freedom for yourself and your people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing to Mr. Bell.
All right.
Mr. Only come out about this war thing. I mean, remember, him a human being, we understand that. Even though he's not behaving as if he is. And we all, no matter what, even we, are we own, him a one and we own. We can't say him a no Jamaican, because I'm born there.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But can you imagine how the world looking at him now as our prime minister, instead of him look at himself and calm himself down and say, you know what, so much people can't say this. One example, you recall when time Dwayne Vaz came out and said in a parliament, I said, Mr. Onis, Prime Minister, there is things going on that is politicized about the relief effort.
Yes.
And he listened, but he didn't hear, because you recall him take up his phone and him on the phone and him getting the other side, field side information, and he didn't measure it and look within it. Remember what he did to this man in front of us? Remember, me now political. We are talking for straight facts, raw data where we say we be too high, out our own mouth. And he destroyed the man in the sense, tell him, say, Pat, he lying. When, come on, even nationwide, Cliff Hughes took a phone call from the same man, and he said to him, but you're not the MP, and it was about water. So you and I are on the same platform, and many of us that listen to you, facts, data,
that is it.
Is the thing at the day.
All right.
So can you, I know you're doing this to get him to come to the table, and I agree with you totally. But I'm gonna give you something that maybe
All
you
right,
didn't see.
finish up because I have Ralston holding.
Yes. Prime Minister Carney at the G20 said in his speech, said he will use the data if Mr. Onis give him the right, and Mr. Onis probably nodded because he was giving a speech to the world at the G20, and use it to build this country, Canada. While he said resilience is not just a talk, it is action.
Action.
Getting our people up.
All right.
Have a good day.
Blessings. Thank you, caller. Rally morning. Rally. Rally morning. Not here in Rally. Hold on. Oh, no, here Rally on this. Rally. Oh, yeah, here. Hold on, Rally. Hold on. Hear me, but it not in the system. Not in the system. Rally. Rally.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That sound good. We are here. Good now. How you doing, brother? Morning.
Yeah, man. I'm good, man. I'm on the listeners.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah.
People, a lot of things on the table this morning. We heard the PSOG came out and they said what they said. We have the GPS issue, which is a major issue, Rally.
Yeah, man.
An issue of money, an issue of grave importance, where without the GPS we cannot rebuild.
Yeah, man.
And the government decided to lend a part of the money.
Mm-hmm.
But we're missing the main thing and going to a side argument of about whether we're giving the money before the GPS find the other amount of money. Ralston, as an economist, and before I go, somebody in the chat room asked me if I ask you which school you go.
Kingston College.
Kingston College. All right. That is cool. Now, Raleigh, this money, as an economist, you need $350 million to do a project. And you're getting 150.
Mm-hmm.
You're having difficulty borrowing money because you have no security of tenure.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get to the end with just about half of the money needed to do the project?
You can't get to the end without half of the money needed to do the project. So the only option you have right now is to extend the money contract so that them can bring in the money. Because them money can get cheap money. The benchmark rate in Japan is 0.5% per annum. The prime rate is 1.88% per annum. Marubeni is one of the biggest conglomerates in Japan. Japan is the fourth largest economy in the entire world. Korea is the 14th largest economy. Korea Eastern Power Company is owned by the government of Korea. The benchmark rate in Korea is 2.5%. The problem the man them have is that they can't get the money for borrow if they only have a two-year contract. So the option right now, two options available. One, you have to extend the man contract. And two, you have to take over the whole thing yourself. And you don't have the money to take over the whole thing yourself. And you can't run it because the government is to run it to that total mess. Simple.
Raleigh, we'll make some simple statement this morning, and we invite the Prime Minister anytime to come and or any one of the ministers who want to deal with these issues. I am going to put this on the table now. The government is not ready for the GPS deal. And here why I said the government is not ready. If the government know the things that they want, Raleigh, they said that they're not going to renew the license as is. Some changes must take place.
Yeah, man, which we agree.
Totally. But if you know these changes, and Philip Powell has been saying infinitum now that you don't need to wait to 2027. Call in the GPS and negotiate the areas that you needed that we have problem with.
I can't negotiate in talk and this demand in the public.
Exactly. But hear this. If the government was ready with the changes that they want, why them not put them on the table? Why them never just put them on the table now and say, listen, if you agree to this, we give you the tenure. Why that strategy wasn't used against why hold on, why a sovereign deal never make out where government say, all right, we stand in the gap, you go look the money. Why we choose to take up money that we don't have and give to JPS, even though we understand that JPS must get the money.
Yeah, but here why you doing? Because you diss the man them and the man them nah bring in the money because you diss the man them and I tell the man them the man only have 2 years on them contract and you do publicly. Man and negotiate business in the public and that's an investors dealing thing.
And we said that when Daryl Vaz came out and did it. We said it enough.
Yeah, man. It's not ready for them to do it. It's not that lead there. They can't negotiate in the public with people everywhere. That's an investment work. They turn out investor. So what the man them are saying right now, a full of break, full of place mash up. We are Korea, 14th largest economy. We are Japan, the 5th largest economy, 4th largest economy in the world. We can't walk around unless this who have the problem. Yeah? So you have to deal with money better than that. Because you don't have the money that is necessary. You don't have the expertise to run the thing like that. Remember when government used to run JPS after power cut and all of them something. Service at JPS and increased significantly, improved significantly. So we need to negotiate with the money in a private about the changes we want to make and come to a mutual agreement. You know, come out in the public at one month like how you go on a parliament to be and all of them something. Then you're going to work in an international negotiation with international investors. I don't think that.
Raleigh, tell me that this statement that I am going to make is wrong. The government of Jamaica will have to find the $350 million. Tell me that I am wrong.
If they extend the man them thing beyond the 2 years, then they have to find cash flow. And you only get part of the great fix and the economy now going to fully rehabilitated and the same poor people will not jump up on top boy, they never feel it. Because if you only have a portion of the money and the economy are the priority, you need the economic areas first. When the money run out and then same poor people have to get left out. So I tell the poor people that don't get sucked into them foolish argument. Yeah? The option they have right now is to extend the money contract so that the money can raise a portion of the money because the money can raise cheap money and take it over themselves. And it all be chaos if they take it over themselves.
Raleigh,
yeah.
You know, say we have a system glitch. We are broadcasting, but the quality of the audio is poor.
Okay.
Let me just say to the listeners and viewers, we are going to reboot, and we ask you to rejoin us immediately. And while you're not rejoin, just share it up. We are going to reboot. Raleigh, don't hang up. Stay on the line.
Yeah.
Stay on the line. So we're gonna do this. All right, let's just reboot.